Hi, hope you're all doing fine. So it's another 10, 15, maximum 20 days before exam. So what are the things we need to keep in mind before going for the final exam, and what strategies can we implement in these final days so as to bring out the best in us, right? So that is the point of discussion in this entire video. So as you can see, I have some information on board, so we'll have brief discussion pertaining to this. So what are the things we need to keep in mind while we are preparing or when the exam is approaching? So these final days are very crucial, isn't it? So how can we bring out the best in us? So the first and main thing which I would like to highlight is focus on revision. Revision and revision only. Do not touch anything that's new. Do not cover or try to go through a new concept. So try to reinforce only those concepts or memory based topics which you are already familiar with. That's very, very important, because as we're having negative marking, while you're answering questions, you need to be more precise and you need to be more accurate while selecting options, isn't it? So try to reinforce the concepts and various memory-based topics which you're already familiar with. Do not touch anything that's new at this juncture, as this is not the right time to do so, right? And also, whenever you come across anything that's new, difficult or controversial kind of a question, just ignore it. Please do not try to cram your head in order to get some clarity over that. So such topics, it's better to leave at this juncture, right? And this is very, very important. As humans, we have this tendency to go we're more inclined in dealing with such controversial questions, but try not to do so, right? We have very limited time. We have to try make maximum use of it. You should be more productive in the sense. Next, no discussion with friends. Usually, I usually give an advice that you should keep on discussing with your friends so that you'll be learning new topics, new concepts, and also you can reinforce the concept which you are familiar with by explaining to your friends. But now is not the right time to do so. If in case you come across something which is new or something which you are not familiar with, you will start having more apprehension in the process of discussion with your friends. So please avoid discussion with your friends and mostly focus on self-study. That's very, very, very important, right? Focus only on self-study. Be more selfish, nothing wrong in it. It's not, in fact, it's not being selfish, it's called self-care, right? Now, step on the pedal. This is a time where you need to be pushing your accelerator to the maximum extent possible. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't sleep. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't eat. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't answer your nature calls. It means you should have a healthy study with maximum effort, utilizing the maximum amount of time that you can in a given period or in a given time. That's very, very important, in a given day, as I said. So step on the pedal. Make maximum use of your given day and try not to get distracted. And as I mentioned previously, keep your smartphones at bay. Limit the usage of smartphones to a maximum of 30 to 45 minutes or maybe 1 to 2 hours to the maximum extent. But try to avoid them as much as possible. Use them productively only for doubt clarifications or in order to get any important updates. That's it. So please keep this in your mind. So it's time to step on the pedal. This is the time where you need to accelerate and try give your best and use maximum time in a given day for the task at hand. That's more important, isn't it? Now, healthy preparation is something which, as I mentioned now, it's not about sacrificing sleep or sacrificing good food. You need to have good sleep, adequate rest and healthy diet so as to enhance your preparation. So prepare in a healthier manner, right? Do not sacrifice your sleep or food. And I'm sure you'll not sacrifice your food, but we have this tendency to sacrifice sleep or preparation, and that's not going to do anything good now, right? Just keep that in mind and make sure you have at least 6 to 7 hours or maximum 8 hours of quality sleep, deep sleep. And focus on your hedgehog. This is my personal favorite. Focus on just one big positive thought that's going to influence your preparation. So what would that positive thought be? You are the topper in this year's entrance exam. I am the topper in this year's entrance exam, and that should motivate you enough to do maximum best possible. So that should be your hedgehog, right? So as we have discussed previously, hedgehog concept. So what's your hedgehog? right? So that one big positive thought that you're going to be the topper in this year's exam should be enough to motivate you and drive you to the best extent possible. So focus on your hedgehog. Focus on that one big positive thought. And finally, as I mentioned just now, limit the usage of smartphone. Try not to spend more and more time on it. Minimize it, and if possible and if necessary, deactivate your social media accounts if you can bear with it, or if you think you can't really stay normal by deactivating, at least try put on brakes and limit the usage, and keep a tab on the amount of time you're spending on smartphones, right? Don't exceed 30 to 40 minutes. I would say not more than 1 hour, right? So these are the things which I wanted to highlight in this video. And most importantly, wake up with just one positive thought, that is, I'm going to crack this year's entrance and I am the topper of this year's NEET exam, right? So this is what I wanted to focus on. And moving on to the preparation schedule as such, so in these final days, what are the things you need to focus on and how can you divide your time so as to bring out the best in you? So as you can see, I've given you a time frame and also the things to do in those particular time frames. So you can modify that based on your suitability or needs, or based on your comfort and convenience. But this I would like to present accordingly, because once you have an idea on how to divide your time and use it accordingly, you will have less confusion and you can start focusing on allotting various topics in these given limited time frames. So as you can see, early morning 5 to 7 a.m. is the best time to have MCQs practice or revision of the MCQs which you have already done. Right, you might have given an online test, you might have practiced a number of MCQs, so revising them and practicing those MCQs would be the best thing to do early in the morning, as you are more in touch with the format of exam which you're going to face, and also that adds up to your confidence, right? And 7:30 to 10:30 a.m., 3 hours. If you're writing some grand tests or if you want to test yourself, that's the best time to do, I feel. So 3 hours, morning, 7:30 to 10:30, give online tests. If you're enrolled to our course, you can give grand tests, 3 hours duration, right? And then have some break, 30 minutes break here, another 30 minutes break here, and 11 to 1, 2 to 4, 5 to 8. So I've given you 3 slots, like where you can cover either videos, that is my online videos, or synopsis, or your customized notes. So divide the time frame accordingly and spend 11 to 1 on videos, 2 to 4 on synopsis, or 5 to 8 on your customized notes, whichever is convenient for you. And 8 p.m. as we have released the schedule, we have a live session at 8 p.m. So you can attend my live session 8 to 9, and 9 to 10, 1 hour would be the time for you to assess your entire day, so as to understand your weak area so that you can focus on them on the next subsequent day. Right? So use this as a starting point. You can follow it as it is, or you can modify it accordingly, and most importantly, do it in a cumulative fashion, because often I'm getting mails asking me like what to focus now. It's very simple. You can't do subject wise now. That would eat away your time, and you'll be having this apprehension that you should still cover many subjects, isn't it? So to overcome that and to avoid that kind of possibility, do cumulative kind of revision. So you can divide subjects, mix them up, do it in a cumulative fashion, various subjects combined, and you can focus on those subjects which you are not really confident in, right? So obviously the core focus here is to practice as many MCQs as possible. As you can see here, morning 5 to almost 10:30 a.m. you're just doing MCQs, and again you're trying to focus on synopsis videos or your customized notes, and also trying to do some MCQs in my live sessions or whatever. So the main focus here is on revision, right? So that's very, very important. So try master and reinforce the concepts which you are already familiar with. Don't start anything new, and do not discuss with your friends, no, it's not the right time to do. Go for exclusive self-study, right? And you need any assistance, drop a mail at proudtobedentist@gmail.com. I wish you all the best, and as I keep on saying, just focus on giving your best, and always the best comes to you, right? Wish you all the best. Love you all. Take care.